Hello, One Street viewers. Guess where I am today? I just decided to visit a dear friend out of the blue. I'm so glad you came. Skincare and expertise, the main interest of all women. Seden, can you tell us a bit about yourself? How many years have you been doing this job?
Once again, welcome.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I've been doing this job since 2018. Of course, before that, from 2004 to 2008, I was a makeup specialist. From 2018 to 2018, I also worked both in training and with company channels. I worked as a training specialist.
I know, of course.
Exactly. After 2018, I wanted to share this expertise individually, with everyone. I wanted to share all my experiences, all my knowledge. That's why I started my own business. Right now, I am providing services on the first floor, Block B, at Lotus Plaza.
In Bursa Nilüfer, we have viewers from everywhere.
Of course, Bursa Nilüfer.
Let's specify it as Bursa Nilüfer. Dear friends, as you know, I'm not just an astrologer, I'm also an energy specialist. And I really love positive people. Those with whom we have a synergy. I like experts with whom there is a mutual exchange of energy even more. We don't go to just anyone. That's why we've come to you.
Thank you for your attention.
Now, when we look at the astrology literature, which zodiac signs are the most devoted to skincare? Let me talk a bit about Seden.
Yes, I'm curious too.
Interestingly, astrology research says that Aries leads the way. Then it says Virgo comes next, followed by Libra. Look, these are the three signs. According to the astrology literature, I'll ask you if this is true or not, but that's what astrology says. Aries, Virgo, Libra. In my opinion, something's missing here.
Leo isn't there.
Leo isn't there, exactly. I was going to say Leo too because my rising sign is Leo as well. As a Leo rising, even though I'm a man, I'm interested in skincare, for example. You can use me as an example.
If you look at it, there's not really much difference between men and women. Think of it like cleaning our own hands. Or like cleaning a car. It's really just cleaning our skin. Men tend to see this as being metrosexual, but right now, I think I'm more of a man than a woman.
I don't like that term either. I don't even know what that means.
I guess among friends, they kind of make a thing out of it. They found a way to tease each other. They hold each other back. But up until now, to be honest, I can say that men actually need it much more because they don't take care of themselves at home.
I
teach care of themselves.
But why should their wives always greet me looking good, with makeup on, looking nice and beautiful when they open the door? Well then, don't show up like that, brother. You come to the door like a Dagestani jumping in.
Maybe they're even more critical than women, saying they only wash their faces when they shower.
By the way, I don't even know why they say like a mountain lion. It's just a term. Their hair is all messy and wild. By the way, mountain lion is from a beautiful place, Dear friends, so now we've added the lion, Aries, Virgo, Libra, and now Leo. Based on your experience, are there any other zodiac signs that are into skincare? Gemini?
When Gemini makes up their mind, they do get skincare.
I don't know.
They are very curious.
But I've seen Geminis who don't take care of themselves.
It depends on their mood.
Or maybe it's in their rising sign or one of their houses.
Of course, I have clients from all zodiac signs. They take care of themselves. As women, they really do look after themselves well. Like I said, Aries loves accessorizing and putting things on more than the others. Leo is the same way. They like to be in the spotlight. That's why they really want to take care of themselves too. Yes. I think they're the front runners, but because of their curiosity, it could also be Gemini. Is there no distinction between men and women? The men are also very curious.
Women are already curious. Dear friends, those who know me well are aware, but there's one more trait of mine that I haven't shown in my videos until now. Actually, I was quite interested in skincare. I've done a lot of research on this topic. I see no harm in mentioning it right here. I have a very dear friend whom I love very much. My exam is Ankara. I talk to Sunu Abla from time to time in my personal meetings and when we get together. He also knows my interest and research very well. I said this to give an example. We already have seeds in Bursa. By bringing positive energy to our side. The reason I'm making today's video is actually a bit of an introduction, a bit to talk about myself and to share my new style. I want to look at astrology from a broader perspective. From now on, including men's skincare as well. I'll start sharing skincare secrets according to zodiac signs. Seden, don't you think that's good? I want to finally share the results of my long research, my studies. We'll be knocking on your door more often now too.
Let me put it this way. Men should take care of themselves. I share all my knowledge gladly and willingly. There's no problem with that.
And then there are some who say, I have money, so what if I don't take care of myself? But in reality, money alone isn't enough.
It has nothing to do with it. Let me put it this way. It's not like everyone has to get cosmetic procedures. I think one of the most important things is for someone to keep up their general appearance, to keep their skin clean. In fact, because of my job, one of the first things I notice when I sit across from someone is their skin. But even if it's not my job, when many people sit down, especially women, for example, they apparently look at shoes, and for men, they look at fingernails. But I think people definitely look at the skin too, even if it's not one of the things that's openly mentioned. At the same time, hands, neck, and face. Unfortunately, since the face is exposed to the sun for 12 months of the year, it's the area that ages the most. Here too, when there's a problem with the eyes, neck, or hands, one of our biggest issues is that we always realize it when we're nearing the end and think, oh no, I need to do something. By then, it's already too late. That's why, at the very beginning, you should start with skincare. Well, I shouldn't call it skincare. I'm talking about cleaning with steam goggles. You can start with that. It's enough. Instead of immediately going for Botox or other procedures, you can begin with cleansing as the first step.
Cleansing and purification are really important in this regard, aren't they?
Exactly.
Sadal, my dear. But in this intro video, there's something else that's important too. That just came to my mind now. Is there a difference between male and female skin?
I mean, as I mentioned, the men I encounter these days don't really do detailed cleansing routines, peels, and so on, morning and night like women do, so they don't pay as much attention to their skin. I see that their skin is much more congested. I notice that it's oilier as well. I've only rarely come across sensitive skin. That too is usually oily in nature. Most of them have oily skin.
There's a lot of oil on their faces.
And I see that it's very labor intensive.
And then there are also people who see it as, like some friends, like, why do I have to do this? How strange. But really, what does it have to do with anything?
Honestly, to be frank, when I do skincare for women here, I use an example from something else. I use house cleaning as an example. For men, I use car cleaning as an example. You wash the inside and outside of the car. You even get it polished. I say, how nice is that? There's a 10,000 kilometer, 20,000 kilometer, and 40,000 kilometer service. There are all kinds of services. Now, you can't change your own skin. You can change your car, upgrade its model, but when you don't take care of your skin, you can't just unzip it and take it off.
There's no such thing.
Exactly. When does it become too late? When do the lines start to appear? After that, the mindset of, oh no, I need to take care of myself starts to form. Then they jump into the most aggressive treatments. To be honest, when I first started this job, I had some very serious problems with my skin. I had really severe acne.
I didn't know that look.
Yes, I had a very serious acne problem, and I was just someone who was given a prescription and sent away, and unfortunately there were times when I was really upset about it. And because I know how big of a problem people can have, my aim was to help them. How can they take care of themselves from the inside, pay attention to their diet, and how can they care for their skin from the outside? I don't just do the cleaning and send them off. I see this as a whole, and I teach people about it here. When they apply what they've learned, it's not about coming here frequently. If they take good care of themselves at home, the intervals between visits get longer, and when they ask, does this really happen with such an amazing steam treatment? The answer is yes, it does. It shines and glows beautifully. Let's say I do a bit of detailed cleaning. Other than that, I hand it over to the person. And if that person takes good care of themselves, where is the problem?
For example, you don't have that trait I've noticed this in many people. Of course, I'm not saying this to criticize anyone, but you don't have that urge to push a product or sell it at all costs. You know, that actually bothers me.
I don't do that on purpose. I mentioned that I worked at a company for many years, and that was one of the first things I encountered. They would force products on me, give me products just because they were being sold there. Now, when this kind of perception forms, people start to develop trust issues. After I do skincare for my clients who come here, of course, since I have many years of experience with the company and the products, I hand them what they should use. They can buy them from wherever they want. Since there are no trust or commercial concerns here, they leave and buy the products from wherever they wish and use them. This is actually the right way.
Admirable.
Because I know uncomfortable makes otherwise.
If you want it, you could get a dealership and so on.
You know, there's training for everything. And I know the products.
I know that.
Since I know almost all the products, including their ingredients that are available in the pharmacy or medical channels, I analyze the person's skin. Accurate analysis is important here. After giving them the right product, they can buy it from wherever they want.
Settle, what was your zodiac sign again?
Capricorn.
Capricorn, an idealistic sign.
Yes.
Maybe the idealistic and humanistic side of Capricorn increases the value you place on people. For example, it's not just about taking the money, you know?
Yes, I think the money that comes after doing the job properly is much healthier. When I'm doing the job just to get paid, I tend to slack off a bit, take it easy. But I've been doing this job for a long time, and it's a situation where I've kept up the same quality as on the first day, never compromising.
And also, of course, our viewers don't know this, but you also have the ability to spend a lot of time with people, almost like a psychologist. Maya knows that too, by the way.
They listen to your problems. It's really nice.
Those who listen to problems are right there next to you.
Well, I actually enjoy it because people don't just come here for skincare. They can share their problems, and they can also share their happiness. How wonderful that they understand. And I, in turn, share with them at least what I've observed throughout my working life. It turned out to be a good thing. This is a really nice thing. They share their poets.
My friend, when I came, of course, I showed up all of a sudden without warning. Actually, I called you just a short while ago. But I just started all of a sudden. I disappear from a lot of things, just vanish. Then I come back out like someone sinking into the dark.
It turned out to be a really nice thing.
I showed up all of a sudden. I saw something. It seemed very interesting to me, so I filmed it. I got your permission too. I was doing something called carbon treatment. Sorry if I'm explaining it wrong with the laser and all. Could you explain it? I'm really interested in it.
Let me put it this way. It's actually a treatment that's being heavily advertised everywhere right now. I summarize carbon treatment like this. I'll keep it brief. After a skincare treatment, it helps reduce the appearance of pores, eliminates about 50% of imperfections if there are any, helps fade about 50% of scars if there are any, and lightens any yellowing caused by smoking. It also helps even out any slight differences in skin tone. What more could you ask for? And it's painless too. During the procedure you might feel a slight prickling sensation, but that's all. Also, with carbon treatments, it's not just about saying, let's do a carbon treatment for you, and applying it. When the skin is thoroughly cleansed in detail before the treatment and then the procedure is done, you can really see the skin tightening beautifully. These can also be done in a single session. If there isn't a major problem with the skin, it's done just to try it out, or to give the skin a glow. But I usually do a 6-session treatment.
Then one day I'll try this myself too.
Of course.
I'm holding you to that promise. We'll do a before and after then. Let's do a before and after.
Why don't I do a lot of before and afters with my clients? I only take before and after photos of my own face in sections, and if someone doesn't like it, we don't take their photos.
I'm a ready-made model. Okay, the ready-made model is here, but dear viewers, honestly, so many wonderful women follow me. By the way, mostly women. There are men too, but since I'm an astrologer and also have a background in Sufism, as you know, I mostly connect with women. I try to reflect that side as well. Honestly, up until now, I've never taken on sponsors or gotten involved in such things. I just enjoy visiting my friends, the ones I trust. That's just how I am.
Thank you very much.
That was actually my reason for coming to Sede as well. I wanted to introduce you, to talk about you. And anyway, I'm going to start getting into skincare based on zodiac signs little by little. And this book, then we'll be sharing the secrets together.
Zodiac signs, attention.
Because I also want to turn this into a book, my friend, by the way. Hopefully it happens soon. They've already done this. Actually, they did this in Spain. A Latin astrologer did it. But since they don't know some things that come from our Ottoman heritage and traditions, and because they don't work with energy, I think their works remained incomplete. But of course, there are still some good studies out there. But mine is going to be a bit different. I mean, am I being too ambitious or what? Why am I like this today? I don't like being ambitious, and actually I'm not.
In my data, there's a lot about how people react according to their zodiac sign, how they take care of themselves. There's a lot about self-care. Maybe that's why you feel ambitious, because you sense it. Regarding these things, people say to me, I always ask about zodiac signs when I'm doing the process. They form strong friendships among themselves. I ask each one individually, why do you always ask about zodiac signs? I'm curious.
I already know that particular trait of yours.
I'm curious, and I tailor the care according to their character type. Since we're also dealing with emotions, I shape my conversation accordingly there. I get really nervous.
But you know, that's good intentions. The pure heart, that's something we both have. Then it reflects. It shows in everything we do. Dear Evo Astro viewers, I believe today was a great introduction. I believe you enjoyed watching this video. Lastly, I want to ask this. People ask me this a lot. What should these purchases do? Sometimes Botox doesn't fix these.
Let me put it this way. This is very deep knowledge. Of course, we have professors and doctors related to this. They can give very good explanations. But for example, can't they come to you for skincare? No, they do come. At the most basic level, I say it's definitely about nutrition for sure. I say that using vitamin C is incredibly important. One of the things that causes sagging and drooping is that our collagen producer, which we call fibroblast, can no longer produce after our 30s or even after our late 20s. Vitamin C is actually its activator. And alpha, lipoic, intensions, coenzymes, of course, these are all terms that get thrown around a lot. But because I've been following this for many years, and because I keep track of the prescriptions written by our esteemed doctors, there is an incredible difference. It doesn't change. The skin is protected as much as possible against wrinkles or sagging. And I can say that foods and vitamins come first. After that, of course, it's about taking good care of yourself. Looking at my own age right now, I've always been involved in this field. Even when I was 24, I had quite pronounced lines, but because we're both 25.
We're both 25 years old. Never mind.
We stayed at 25?
We stayed at 25. Let's just stay there, let's stay there.
But there must be some lines by now. Lines increase a lot more with age. Here I have so many clients over the past 10 years. They've become like friends to me now. I always explain everything to them word for word. Since there's also a certain comfort in not having to sell anything here, I share all my knowledge with them from wherever they want. And by applying it with them, now almost all of them have either no lines or it's very rare for them to have any sagging.
No matter how much.
Let me say we aged together or grew older together, but we aged together and we're doing just fine.
Now I realize how accurately I was addressing this. Lastly, one more question before we wrap up. Ladies who perform prayers ask, when we do skincare, like cleansing, toner, then serum, moisturizer, and so on, of course there are probably steps I missed, like for those who use masks. Masks are also part of it from time to time. They ask if it all comes off since we constantly perform ablution. Let me point out the mistake.
Let me explain now. If only cream is applied and no serum is used, serums are always for preparing the base. Creams, on the other hand, have a covering property on the surface. The important thing here is not to over-moisturize the deeper layers. If someone drinks little water or bathes with hot water, the lime in the water causes significant dryness in the skin, especially with the 5 daily ablutions. And it doesn't just stay on the surface. But if a person drinks plenty of water, doesn't bathe with hot water, uses lukewarm water, and I'll always mention baobab oil here. Baobab oil is wonderful for the skin. It's very rich in omega-3, 6, and 9. It's an oil that's also very rich in oleic acid, and it nourishes the skin beautifully. For those who perform ablution and pray, may Allah accept it, I say, first of all. And when you apply this afterwards, or if you rub the oil on your hands to neutralize the hardness of the water, your ablution is still valid and your skin doesn't get that dryness. And there's no barrier next to the water. It's very interesting because this question comes up a lot.
Because prayer is an incredibly important spiritual practice, and it is profoundly significant for my personal life and well-being as well. May Allah accept all our prayers, but in skincare, there is no such problem. So, with the things we apply, what can we do? Does our skin get dry? But you said that oil?
It's really effective. One of my discoveries. It contains no chemicals at all. Right now, I'm using a version diluted with cottonseed and sesame oil. Of course, to help it absorb better, you need to add a few other oils as well. It has an incredible healing effect on the skin. That's why I have this blend of 3 oils made for me in Istanbul. I definitely recommend this. When you pour it into your palm and apply it to your face, it leaves your skin incredibly moist, preventing any dryness. But you shouldn't keep it on for too long.
So you've just given a great answer to a question I get asked often. Most likely?
After your skincare, I'll provide it for you and you'll use it. Your feedback.
I'll be coming again next time anyway. Now we'll have before and after. We're applying it here. Dear EVRİM viewers, with our friend Seden Elbir, you're a skin specialist. And with my dear friend, who also owns her own place, whom I love very much. So, with this first video, we've made our entry into the world of skincare. Honestly, I don't know, but it's really nice.
There's a lot of information. Keep for more. Let's see what's in store.
We're ambitious, you know. We're ambitious. No offense to anyone, really. We're going to share so many years of experience. Wishing you all days filled with light, love, positivity, and energy, but always with good intentions. Let me end with a saying of mine. What more do we need in this world besides kindness? See you again soon.